Okay.
So I finally got to see 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, which was directed by Michael Bay and stars John Krasinski, James Badgedale, Pablo Schreiber, David Denman, and Dominic Fuzma, Max Martina, as well as David Costabile and a few others. And this movie was a true story about an American ambassador who gets killed during an attack at a U.S. compound in Libya as a security team struggles to make sense out of the chaos. So I had heard a couple things about this film, didn't know what to expect about it, was looking forward to it, though, from the trailers and everything, surprisingly, given my thoughts on most Michael Bay movies I've seen. I'm not a huge fan of it. This film was damn near brilliant. It was actually really good. I have very few complaints on it, which I'll get into. But we have John Krasinski, who plays Jack Silva, who's the main character in this film, and he came off of The Office, so I didn't know how I would feel about him, whether he could do this kind of dramatic role, but he did a very good job at it, as did everyone. The acting in this film is brilliant. You really come to understand the characters and connect with the characters within the time frame that we have, so that you feel everything that they're kind of going through, all the emotional elements that they captivate very well. So that is obviously a good start to this movie already. Secondly, going with it, the story itself is actually apparently pretty accurate to what happened. There have been some interviews done with 3 of the people that that were kind of the main drive for this movie, the people that experienced it, that were in that situation, and which this movie was based off of a book that they wrote. So, and they said that coming out of this film, having seen it, they were taken back to these events, and that this film apparently did a good job of showcasing everything that they went through, all the hardship of that time, all the difficult choices they had to make in the situations that they were in, the stress that they were under. Everything just kind of did a good job of doing that. And when you see their interactions in some of these interviews, you come to understand that the people portraying them on screen did such a good job of showcasing their characters and what they're actually like. So that in this was really good. On top of that, most of the action works really well. There is an overuse of fireworks. I don't know why Michael Bay likes to use that in his films, but he did that here, unfortunately, and it did take me a little bit out of the movie. But the tension built up within each scene, with the score, with the acting, with the the setting, and again, not all the shots. Some shots weren't done as well, but there are quite a few shots in there where they just helped build that along, and it really immerses you into this film. You're on the edge of your seat, whether you know what happened or not, because you're watching every scene play out, wondering what's going to happen next. So it did a good job of that. So acting was brilliant. The characters were really well set up. We had action scenes aside from the fireworks that worked really good. You had some really nice shots in it. The music was done in a good manner of building tension. There's humor. There's actual humor in this film, like there are in many of Michael Bay's films, but he does a great job of having the humor there this time. It's not roll your eyes, oh my gosh, that's not funny humor. A lot of it's very subtle. There are a few laugh out loud moments, but they're done really well. So you have all that kind of driving this film, and to learn through these interviews just how accurate it kind of is, and how much how good of a job Michael Bay does showcasing respect towards these people that went through it, and through the people that lost their lives and everything. And you have these emotional moments that take place. There was a lady that was sitting in front of us, an older lady, and she was crying her eyes out at parts of it, and she was laughing at other parts. So, to have a movie that can incorporate all of that in it, and be a Michael Bay film, no less, surprised me absolutely. And giving this a rating 1 through 10, I'm actually going to give it a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10. I wanted to give it a 10 out of 10. The firework effects are in here a lot. They take me out of the film just a little bit, and there's some very awkward camera angles that I don't understand why they're there. But everything about this film, aside for that, is really well done. I 100% recommend you go see it. I will be buying it when it comes out, because I do think that it did such a good job. And but that's my opinion on it. So go ahead and let me know in the comments what you thought. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. Click that like button if you did, share, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other reviews. And just like I said, let me know what you think, because I'm really curious. I've seen some people who've kind of complained about this movie a little bit, which is fine. Everyone's able to have their own opinion for sure, but I have to be on the higher side of it, because I think this movie did just a great job, and I'm really glad I saw it. But anyway, that'll wrap this up. So until next time, peace.